Okay, this video is for quality control. So if you're out there and you are creating your own rosaries, you'll do your quality control. But if you're making rosaries for Kennedy's Rosary Project, we ask that you stop just like this, not to cut any of the threads, because we have a whole separate team that's their part of the mission is to do the quality control. They'll check all the knots to make sure their spacing is good, that they're tight, the cross is very tight and looks good. The spacing, again, they'll tighten all the knots. Okay, so they will be in charge of the quality control. But if you are it for your area, this video will hopefully be helpful. So after you've gone through, made sure you have 10, checked your spacing. Our goal here is about 1/4 inch here, 3/4, anywhere you've got a quad, and a really nice cross. Say you find that something is really wrong. We ask that you actually go back and fix it. Think of it as an extra act of love for whoever's going to receive this rosary. All right, so say we're all ready. This is what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to actually use scissors, and we're going to cut pretty close to where the rosary ends here. You don't want to do this until you're pretty close to the burning time, because if you leave this sitting like this, it could loosen. All right. Now, if I cut too far away, I'm going to have too much to melt. That's why we don't want to cut too far away. Say I had a piece of twine that was long enough that I could use for something else. Just going to put a little piece of tape on it. I'm going to cut above that tape. Now the twine ends are great for art projects, so save them up and get them to the art teacher. And I actually think I made that too long, so I'm going to trim it a little bit more. Okay, and then the other cut is this piece here. Okay, so once you've got that ready, you're ready to actually melt these extra pieces. Now, it's important that you don't actually put the pieces into the flame. If you do that, the one, they're going to catch on fire, or two, it's going to turn it black. So we're going to use next to the flame, and we're just going to rotate a bit. I actually have a little too much twine on this guy, but you see how it's starting to roll back? It's going to turn into a nice little bead. Okay, so now I'm going to put the side there. Okay, the other side. Good. Now the hardest part here is going to be this piece up here where the two were joined, because I do not want to burn this piece at all. I want to be very careful of that. So I'm going to make sure I bend it back out of the way, and I work very carefully. Again, I think that actually has a little too much twine on that one. Okay. So after you have done them and let them cool down for a minute, you want to check by rubbing your finger over the knot to make sure there's nothing that's sharp. If there's anything that's sharp or pointy, you just want to put it back to the side of the flame again. I'll put this one back over again because I think there's a little bit too much sticking out. Okay, and I'm going to set these aside for packaging. Okay, so here's one more. First we're going to check, make sure all our knots are tight, our spacing is good. Check to make sure we have the 10. Okay, once we've got them all ready, we're going to take the scissors. I'm going to trim very close. Again, if there was a piece you wanted to save, just put a little piece of tape on them. We should have a little contest, see what the most inventive thing is for using the leftover pieces. And always make sure you cut the right tail here. It has happened that someone's cut off the wrong piece, and that doesn't make you very happy. Okay, so I'm going to put my pieces to the side of the flame and rotate them, not actually in the flame. Some folks actually like to use lighters, which is also fine. Just have to be careful because holding the lighter for a while can actually get a little hot. I tend to do a bunch at a time, so candle works well for myself. Again, being very careful on that piece where the two strands are joined. Okay, I'm going to wait for it to cool down a little bit. If you touch it when it's hot, it actually hurts, so don't try that. This one feels good. That feels good. This guy's a little long. I'm going to put him back in. Okay, I'm going to wait to test him. I'm going to test the guy up here. Feels pretty good. And this guy looks great. Okay, so that's your quality control. If you have questions, email us so that we can help you figure out whatever your particular troubles are. Thanks very much.